Hey, how's everybody doing? So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and great seasons, tidings to you all, whatever you celebrate. So I'm gonna put this video out right before at least the Christmas holiday, and I wanted to discuss something that's kind of related to the holidays, and that is stress. Moreover, on the evolution of stress. Before you kind of get into with family, because we all kind of have there's this understanding that, getting around a lot of family can be stressful, but there's other stresses throughout the holidays that also arise as well. And I want to get into that in a little bit later, but I want to first start talking about maybe like the evolution of stress as we are as human beings, because originally we had predators. There was a time when we did actually have like predators because we, lived more out into the wild. And so obviously stress is important to raise the adrenaline, to, sharpen our hearing, our eyesight, get blood to flow. So in case we need to, run and sprint, we had to fight and protect ourselves or whatever it be. But as we've become more of a civilization and a society, those fears of a predator or being a prey aren't really prevalent. However, biologically, we haven't changed much at all. So we still have those stress responses to things that we perceive as danger. But as we've become a society and a civilization, as I've said, new stresses have arisen, or at least what we perceive as danger. And so now we can jump all the way into 2021, where we are today, where a lot of our stresses are more related to our livelihood and how we feel like we can survive, especially how we're told we're supposed to survive. And so we start stressing out about, am I, making enough? Am I doing enough? Am I enough? So those are now kind of the stresses that have replaced, our perceived dangers back whenever we were, like cavemen or Neanderthal, or even after that or so. So as we've moved away from that, our perceived danger is more internalized. And it's a much harder stress to combat against, because at least with like running for your life or running towards danger to fight it and everything like that, you do the action, you get away, and you can tell if you are still in danger or not. But when it comes to internalized perceived danger or internal stressors, those, it's hard to really know if you've combated those. And that's kind of what is also arising when you go see family for the holidays, or traveling, or just the stress of what I wanted to get into is the food. So the food aspect is what I wanted to discuss, because I feel like anybody who is on a fitness journey or trying to do better with their diet, so food is definitely a stressor when it comes to the holiday treats and the cookies and the candies and everything that comes involved with at least that aspect of the holidays. And of course that kind of goes in the roots of back then, not a lot of food was plentiful, and so you would have these little gatherings, which is why there are so many holidays in the winter time, is because it's all about trying to bring mirth during such a dour time in our life, because it's cold, things barely grow, food is scarce, there's even more worries and dangers of predators, especially back then whenever we were, trying to actually fight to survive. Other animals were trying to also fight for those same food sources. So we have these, internalized desires to, one, be part of a community and bring togetherness, because, safety in numbers. Of course, kind of reversed right now with the whole pandemic going on. But you probably understand what I'm saying here. So, it's just become these traditions over time, because it's something that we have taken as a comfort. And so these foods have become a comfort. And it then becomes can have these different relationships when it comes to these foods. So as I'm trying to say, to get back to talking about stress and eating, I understand as somebody who is trying to watch their calorie intake and not binge so much on the sweet stuff, it can be very tempting when there's so much of this sweets around, and it can cause an internal stress. And that internal stress can also be detrimental to health, because if you don't know already, stress is very negative towards, the body, especially if you're in a constant amount of stress, because you've got these hormones always pumping through, especially like these epinephrine, adrenaline, or these hormones that are that react to these stressors. And so if you're in a constant state of stress, then it's hard for your body to break down the cells that get that die off, that are damaged. Your body has a repair cycle, and that's why we rest and sleep, and we're supposed to be at ease because the body needs to focus on taking care of that. But if it believes it's in this perceived danger, its focus is going to be pumping this adrenaline, these hormones, getting the blood to flow, and to figure out how to survive and fight. And so if you're under this constant stress, you're not, as I'm saying again, your body is not focused on taking care of the waste and the negative parts, and it builds up. And sometimes that's another reason why, they've mentioned, and I have to relook into this, but I'm pretty sure it's still correct, that cortisol plays a big role in weight gain. I don't want to make any speculations about its role and then be completely wrong about it. So we're going to kind of move off of that subject. However, it does, they have shown that, added stress is correlated to added weight gain. So there is a correlation there, and that is why it is important to, help find ways to reduce that stress. Now, a shameless plug, I do meditations on Mondays at 9 a.m. Central Time. I try to get there when I can. Again, a lot of shifting going on, as you may have noticed with my last recent videos and some of the breaks, but I still help through a 5-minute guided meditation. So if that's something that you would be interested in, definitely check out my videos, or catch me live. And that's at least one step towards reducing your stress in your life, and help focusing on mindfulness and those, and not listening to those internal stressors that float through inside your head. So shameless plug. And it's one avenue. I'm not saying it's for everybody. Some people like to do yoga. Of course, working out and exercising in a gym can be therapeutic for people because they can just focus on the action going on and not worrying about what's going on in their life or in that day or anything like that. So there's definitely avenues, and that is why exercise and fitness is very important to helping out with your health and reducing stress. As much as it sounds counterintuitive to be adding physical stress to the equation, that physical stress is a nice release of good hormones that help relax and put you in a more or in a less alert state, so you can have your body's time to repair itself and to rejuvenate. I think this is all I really need to talk about. Stress is a huge thing when it comes to fitness. It's still an ongoing understanding among scientists and the researchers that do a lot of these studies about the human body and the effects of stress and resistance work and all that kind of stuff. So not everything is concrete. Again, like I said, it's a correlation between mental stress and weight gain. So there's a lot to it. However, to end this, I want to assure you that it's okay to have some of those treats. Allow yourself a little treat here and there. At least, it doesn't matter what stage of the fitness journey you're in. If you feel that tempted, one, try something else, see if you were really that hungry. But two, if it's something that's going to feel like a lot of stress just to refuse it, then don't stress out about it. Just have it. And if having it is also very stressful, don't have it. You know, it is a hard equation to figure out, well, which one am I going to feel less stressed about? But sometimes it feels like a victory to say, okay, no, I'm going to say no right now, even though it looks delicious and it's something I would normally have done. Sometimes it just feels great to feel successful that you've accomplished something against your temptations too. So, you know, keep that in mind. Again, do something that can help, you know, reduce the stress for the holidays. We all have it, I understand, but you know, you definitely got this. We all do. And of course, happy holidays. You all have safe travels if you're traveling, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you all so much for watching this. If you like this, please like it and subscribe and follow for more.